The morning air on the set of the latest drama was fresh. The sun had just broken through a thin cloud curtain, creating a warm glow over the hills where the crew and cast had gathered. A boisterous atmosphere was heard from behind the crew's tents. Some were setting up cameras, sound systems, and props. Zhang Linghe walked into the area with his trademark friendly smile, carrying a coffee cup in his right hand. Before long, his eyes immediately caught the figure of Zhao Jinmai, who had come first. The girl was sitting in a folding chair, absorbed in reading the script with a slightly wrinkled forehead. "Morning, Jinmai." "Say hello to Linghe while waving your hand." Jinmai looked up, smiling broadly. "Morning, Linghe Ge. More coffee. Are you not afraid to protest?" Linghe chuckled. "If you ask me, I feel like I have a doctor." The crew around turned their heads, smiling at their interactions that always looked warm. From the beginning of this project, many had expected that the chemistry of the two would be in the spotlight. Light joke before the camera spins. While the crew was still busy preparing the lighting, Linghe approached Jinmai. He looked down, pretending to see the manuscript in Jinmai's lap. "This part. Are you sure you've memorized it? Or maybe you'll mispronounce my name in a romantic scene," said Linghe with a face pretending to be serious. Jinmai immediately closed the script quickly. "Hey, don't tempt me. If I mispronounce your name, it's because you made me laugh before the take." Linghe raised both hands, pretending to surrender. Okay, my fault. But if you forget the dialogue, I'll close it. Take it easy." The two laugh, while a camera crew member whispers to his partner, "See? When they're together, it's not like they're acting. Very natural. It's a scene that makes the..." That day, they had to shoot a romantic scene. Linghe had to look at Jinmai with great emotion, then hold his hand. But as soon as the camera rolled, instead of going deeper into emotions, Linghe suddenly sneezed. "Cut!" shouted the director to everyone's laughter. Jinmai directly patted Linghe's shoulder. "Seriously? This is such a serious scene, you even sneeze?" Linghe laughed out loud. "I tried, but it failed." Not stopping there, in the second take, it was Jinmai who mispronounced the dialogue. Instead of calling Linghe's character's name, he said, "Linghe Ge," before hurriedly closing his mouth. Everyone immediately broke out in laughter. Even the director, who is usually firm, smiles and says, "Why are you guys make the atmosphere like a comedy show?" The snack war. In between breaks, Linghe came carrying a box of snacks. He knows Jinmai loves sweet snacks. But instead of giving it directly, he actually lifted the box high. "If you want, you have to jump," said Jahil. Jinmai, whose height was smaller, immediately cried out, "Linghe Ge, get down. Don't be such a kid." "But you're the smaller one," Linghe replied with a laugh. Finally, Jinmai stood on the folding chair, trying to grab the box. Just as he was about to get it, Linghe lowered his hand. "Okay, this is for you." When Jinmai received the snack, he pretended to frown but finally smiled. "You nosy bastard. But thanks." Dancing in front of fans. That day there were some fans who were allowed to watch from afar. When he was done, Jimmy stepped forward to shake his hand. Fans cheered hysterically. Linghe joined in, then idly said aloud, "Hello everyone. This is my little brother who likes to be cranky if not given candy." Jinmai spontaneously turned his head, his face red. "Hey, don't tell me that secret." Fans immediately laughed, and more hysterical to see the interaction of the two. One fan even shouted, "Couple goals really," making Linghe and Jinmai look at each other, then both lowered their heads in shame. Laughter behind the property. There was a scene where Jinmai had to run while carrying a basket of flowers. But the basket turned out to be too heavy. The director shouted, "Action!" Jinmai even almost fell. Linghe deftly held his shoulder. After the scene stopped, Linghe couldn't help but laugh. "I thought you were strong. The basket almost made you fall." Jinmai pouted. "This basket is heavy, you know." Don't blame me. I don't blame you. I'm just amazed that you can still look elegant even though you almost fell, Linghe replied. His words made Jinmai silent for a moment, then smiled shyly. Temptation behind the camera. While the crew was repairing the lighting, Jinmai sat leaning back on the chair. Linghe came with his small camera. He began recording Jinmai secretly. Hey! Don't videoing me without permission, Jinmai protested while trying to cover his face. Linghe just chuckled. I need a personal behind-the-scenes look. For collection. Jinmai finally lowered his hand. His eyes narrowed. If the video is leaked to the public, I will take revenge. Linghe looked at him with a mysterious smile. If it leaks, the fans will love you even more. Impromptu rain. Suddenly it rained heavily while they were filming outdoor. The crew rushed to cover the camera with plastic. Jinmai ran a little, but slipped on the wet ground. Again Linghe, who was nearby, swiftly held his hand. They both stood in the rain, soaking wet, but instead laughed. It's like a romantic drama, says Jinmai. Linghe nodded. The difference is, this time we're not acting. The director finally decided to postpone filming. But the real scene was actually the subject of warm chatter crew throughout the day. Night on site. It's almost dark. The crew cleared the equipment. Linghe and Jinmai were still sitting side by side while chatting lightly. Jinmai shivered in the cold. Then Linghe spontaneously took off his jacket and enveloped him. Thank you, said Jinming. Linghe looked at him gently. I don't want you to get sick. Tomorrow we still have a lot of silly scenes to repeat. They both chuckled a little, closing the day with a simple warmth. The laughter that never goes away. The days went by. The shooting was getting closer to the end. But one thing that was never lost was the laughter and humor between Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai. From small nosy jokes to moments of caring for each other, everything became a beautiful memory that not only they felt, but also the entire crew and fans who watched. To outsiders, it may just be a coincidence. But for anyone who takes a closer look, there's clearly comfort, warmth, and a sense of sincerity behind all the cuteness. And behind the dead screens of cameras, their stories continue to live on. In laughter, in pranks, and in a closeness that cannot be hidden.